Hey friends and Porsche fans, I'm Fantasy Jim. I'm here with the professor from Speed Freak Garage, and today we're going to turn it up a notch on the Porsche GT4 by installing a brand new FabSpeed lightweight competition exhaust. Okay, we've changed into our official FabSpeed shirt thanks to Vince and Gary up at FabSpeed. Thanks guys. We ordered the lightweight competition exhaust, which completely eliminates the muffler on this car. So I'm very excited to see what it's going to sound like. And the first impression I get out of this piece is the quality of it. Just very impressive. I love it. And then the extra FabSpeed logos everywhere. Just fantastic. They give you all the hardware with it. We went with a carbon fiber tip. That's going to look great with the car. And then we also went with the GPF delete pipes, gas particulate filter. And that's a small piece that actually is in Europe. It's on this car. It's supposedly not functional on the car, but FabSpeed makes a delete pipe, and that's supposed to add a little bit of horsepower also. Now the best place to get your FabSpeed exhaust is at an authorized FabSpeed dealer. We got our kit from Reed Van Import Service in St. Louis, Missouri. Now Reed Van is a well-known specialty shop for Porsches, and Reed Van himself is a very accomplished Porsche racer. Now go up there and see Scott Fowler, the general manager of Reed Van, and get your authorized FabSpeed exhaust. Now with that being said, let's get some install going.
Okay, so step one is to raise the car off the ground. You'll need lift pucks. These can be purchased from your local dealership or from the Amazon link in the description below. Then put the pucks into the frame of the car and turn 90 degrees so that they're locked in place. You can then put the car on an auto lift, or you can use a jack and jack stands. We strongly recommend an auto lift. You'll see here that we had to use a jack to raise the car high enough to then get it onto the lift, which was frustrating but very common with performance vehicles. Step 2 is to take a 1/4 inch ratcheting wrench and a T25 Torx bit and remove the 6 under tray bolts. The under tray will then slide directly rearwards as it's clipped in from the back. Step 3 is to take a 12mm socket on a 3/8 ratcheting wrench and remove the 10 rear flange bolts on the muffler GPF connection. Step 4 is to remove the braided vacuum lines from all 6 supporting clips. There are 6 clips, so make sure you take your time and unclip all 6 of them, or those braided lines will get stuck and cause a lot of problems later on. Step 5, you'll need an E12 Torx. That's an external 12 Torx, and you can then remove the 2 bracket bolts on the muffler. Step 6, use a 12mm impact wrench to remove the 2 supporting bolts, and those rods will actually spin in place, so you'll need to hold them from the backside with a wrench or jaws. Step 7, pull the exhaust rearward off the supporting studs and then lower the exhaust. We recommend using a transmission jack. I didn't have one tall enough, so we used a toolbox and some foam padding, which was sketchy, but it worked. So once you lower the exhaust, you can then cut the 2 hose clamps off of the vacuum lines at the cutoff valve. Step 8, put a vacuum cap on each of those lines and make sure to secure it with hose clamps. Then zip tie those lines up out of the way so they don't vibrate and don't fall down. Step 9 is to remove 6 13mm bolts from the catalytic converter and GPF flange connection, which is just behind the rear calipers. Remove the GPF pipes, but do not remove the gaskets from the cat pipe. Those gaskets should be stuck to the cat pipe pretty good from all the heat.
Okay, we've got the OEM muffler off. It came off relatively easily. The thing is super heavy though, probably 50 pounds, and this is what it's going to be replaced with. So complete, no mufflers at all, just a crossover pipe. Very lightweight. And then over on the GPF filters, you can see the size of these things. Again, substantial amount of weight savings. These are probably 20 pounds a piece here versus maybe 1 or 2 pounds. So we got a lot of weight savings, and then we're going to get some horsepower gain on this also.
Step 10. Carefully remove the OEM 5-bolt gaskets. If you tear the gaskets, you will need replacements, and honestly, it would be better off to use brand new ones if you can even get them. Step 11. Install the GPF delete pipes and hand snug to the cat pipe using the 6 OEM nuts. Step 12. Loosely connect the 2 rear muffler deletes and then attach to the mounting rods and hand snug the nuts. Step 13. Install the new 13mm bolts, washers, and nuts that FabSpeed provided while reusing the OEM gasket. Make sure you hand snug them so everything can be moved and positioned. The correct procedure is to use your bolt, your washer, then the exhaust flange, the gasket, the other exhaust flange, the washer, and then the nut. So basically you have a washer on both sides, so you have a very good connection. Step 14. Tighten the 2 support rod nuts to 17 foot-pounds and don't forget to hold them from the back side. Step 15. Tighten the cat flange to 22 foot-pounds. We're tightening the catalytic converter flange first because it's the farthest up in the system. Step 16. Star pattern tighten the GPF flange to 22 foot-pounds. We're tightening this second because it's a much more complex piece, and we are using a star pattern, same as you would with your wheels, to prevent from warping the flanges. Step 17. Have someone hold the tip pipes in position, then tighten the center clamp to 60 foot-pounds. So for this step, you want to have someone holding those pipes from the muffler delete in the center of the cutouts for your tips. And then while they're holding that in place, you need to tighten your center clamp to 60 foot-pounds. And I know 60 foot-pounds sounds like a lot, but those clamps are designed for that abuse. Step 18. Install your muffler tips to 17 foot-pounds. And again, you will probably need somebody to hold it in place, in and out, up and down, left and right. Get it where you want it, and then tighten those bolts. Then, don't forget, step 19, to take your T25 Torx and replace the 6 under tray bolts. And the under tray is the exact reverse of removal. So first you need to slide it forward and clip it into place. Then you can install your 6 bolts. Step 20. Carefully set the vehicle back on the ground, and don't forget to remove the lift pucks, because you don't want them to come loose while you're driving and damage your under tray or hit a vehicle behind you. And if you aren't comfortable with doing this job yourself, please go to your local performance shop and have it done by a professional.
Okay, we've got the FabSpeed Lightweight Competition exhaust installed and the GPF delete pipes installed. We're going to start it up and see what it sounds like. Okay guys, the FabSpeed exhaust was everything I hoped it was going to be. Fit and finish was fantastic, but the sound is incredible. I want to thank Reed Van, Porsche St. Louis, and also the guys from FabSpeed. Thanks, we'll see you again at Speed Freak Garage.